Hey guys, it's good. This is your girl. I am the Bronze Goddess, and I'm here to do this really quick video. I've done a video previously on my channel talking about faith. Faith is vitally important in your walk with God, and it talks about faith all throughout the Bible. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Without faith, it is impossible to please God, for we walk by faith and not by sight. All throughout the Bible, it talks about faith. Faith is important to a believer because we are praying and believing in a God that we can't see. And, but I want to talk about this because some of you are always trying to rationalize and use your intelligence to define faith. And when it doesn't, you just can't seem to wrap your head around it. It doesn't make any sense that a man would be able to step out of a boat and into the water and be able to walk on the water. It doesn't make any sense that a man can turn water into wine, or that a man could take a little boy's lunch, which consisted of a few loaves and a few fishes, and be able to feed all of these men, 5,000 men, not even including the women and the children, and have so much extra, so much surplus that baskets and baskets of leftovers are left. It doesn't make sense sometimes. But that's what faith is. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So I want to talk to you about something. I was believing in God for something. Okay, and I was telling someone in my life about what I was believing in God for, and they started trying to give me a plan B. They started telling me, if this doesn't happen, you could do this. And I was like, hold on. I'm not going to entertain the thought of it not happening, because that's not faith. It's not faith for me to plan for it not happening. It's faith for me to act as if it has already happened. Just like it says in the Bible, Mark 11:24, therefore I say unto you, whatsoever ye desire when ye pray, believe you that you receive them, and ye shall have them. That's what I'm praying. And so the reason why I wanted to talk about this, I got so much I wanted to say, so just forgive me. I want you to start beginning to act as if. They talk about it in the Bible. They also talk about it in The Secret. The Secret is just a knockoff of the Bible, real talk. But anyway, no shade, but it's a knockoff of the Bible. The Bible's already said it, but they just put it in a prettier book, and they just made it look all brand new and different, but it's just the Bible in more layman's terms. That's all it is. But anyway, I want you guys to get to the point where you're acting as if. Like this person was trying to give me a plan B. I didn't ask for a plan B. Plan B is not faith. I was listening to Will Smith one time. I told you guys about this before. Will Smith said he didn't believe in a plan B because he believes that it distracts from plan A. And that's what I want you guys to get to, acting as if it's already happened. What I do agree with, they talked about in The Secret, is when they were saying that how can you prepare? How can you say, hey God, I'm praying that you will give me a man. I'm praying that you will give me a man. And you're still parking your car in the middle of your driveway. You're still sleeping in the middle of the bed. You haven't cleared any room in your closet for your potential husband or your potential mate's clothing. I want you to get to the point that you are preparing, because preparation is proof of belief. You can't tell me you believe that you're going to get the job and you haven't made any steps or any strides towards having the job. I remember before my husband and I got pregnant with Yana, before we even had our first child, I wanted to go shopping for baby clothes. And the reason why I was so sure that it was going to happen, I was like, why wouldn't I go shopping for baby clothes already? We will be pregnant. It's about getting to the point where you truly believe, enough to the point where you're willing to prepare. And that's what I wanted to make this video about. I wanted to talk to you guys about preparing for what it is that you say that you want. You say you want your own show. How are you preparing for that? Some of you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to call you out by name. I'm not going to do you like that. But how are you preparing for it? You say that you want a man. How are you preparing for that man? You say you want this job. How are you preparing? I want you to get to the point where you start making strides toward what you believe. This is faith. Like I said before, faith is an action word. You don't just sit back dormant and just keep spouting off things. Faith without works is dead. What are you doing? How are you preparing? And don't tell me you believe in something when you haven't taken one single step towards it. Guilty. And let me tell you what happened with me. For those of you that know, I have my show, and the show airs every Wednesday at 2:30. I didn't really want to make a big deal about it because it wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be. It wasn't, it's public access television. And I know that I shouldn't despise the days of meager beginning, but for some reason I kind of let the thoughts creep in that it wasn't big time enough. But it's preparing me for where I ultimately want to be. So yeah, I may not have all the fancy editing, and I may not have this, and I may not have that, but it is a beginning. It's the beginning, but at least it will be preparing me for the next step. So forgive me, guys. I haven't been giving you guys the information about it because I started to feel some type of way about it. This is me being real. I can't always tell you the good and I'll never tell you the bad. Don't think I'm no saint. I mess up like everybody else. I thanked God for the opportunity. And then when he gave me the opportunity, I was like, well, this ain't big time enough. This is cable. This is this. I don't have fancy editing. I don't have fancy music. I wanted to have guests on my show. I don't have any guests. I started thinking about that kind of stuff, but I can't focus on that part of it because God will bless my effort. And I'm using it in preparation. I heard Bishop Jakes talk about it recently, and I just absolutely love it. Sometimes we mistake the transportation as the destination. Sometimes we mistake the transportation as the destination. The cable access television show, that's not ultimately where I'm going to be. That's the transportation. That's the vehicle, the means to get me where I'm ultimately going to be. And I'm saying that for you guys out there. I want you to learn from me. You don't have to burn yourself on the iron to realize that it's hot. Let me tell you that it's hot. You look at somebody else's situation and learn from them. I'm telling you, don't despise your meager beginnings. It may not be your destination. It may just be your transportation. Yes, I know that you're making all the deliveries yourself right now. And I know you're doing shows for free right now. And I know you know that you could be this and you could be that. I know that this, where you are right now, is not where you want to be. But number one is preparation. And number two, it's transportation. But it's not your destination. I love you guys so much. That's the only reason why I even make these videos. I would keep it to hair and makeup if it was up to me. But when God gives me something, I gotta give it to you. This is the reason why the devil wants to silence me. Because I talk too much. I'm not gonna keep stuff like this from you guys. I know my motivational videos gets less views than me showing you guys how to style combat boots. I know that. You follow the numbers. I know these videos aren't popular on my channel, but I'm going to do them anyway because if it changes one life, it's worth it. Anyway, I love you guys and I will see you guys in the next video. Till next time, later divas and dudes.